And I'm James Gunn, and my sidekick, Cano, partner with Gunn, is coming up next.
Hey everyone, I'm Jim's sidekick. Welcome to Two Queers in a Truck. Hi y'all.
See you soon. Good morning, everybody. It's Two Queers in a Truck time with Gersemi and Christian, and it's February 18th.
Wow.
Past Valentine's Day, we've moved on to the back half of February of 2026. Almost 2 months down into this, how shall I say, transitional year for America as we get to our 250th birthday. 251 and beyond is definitely in question.
Yeah.
And I don't think our country will ever be the same. I think we began a era last year with the inauguration of a president that is definitely a threat to democracy and the United States itself. And I think we're seeing it. I think we're seeing it play out in real time in events. I think when we saw the find out time for what's going on, especially here lately, Casey Wasserman of the Wasserman Talent Agency, which he's the CEO and obviously the namesake of the talent agency, is losing big name clients because he's on the kid diddler list. He is on the Epstein Island list. And I think it's going to be find out time for a lot of those people, whether Trump immediately gets the consequence. I think everybody else is finding ways to, if they can't hold Trump accountable, they're going to weaken the people around him.
Yeah.
Weaken the people that enabled this horrific practice to go on for so many decades. And I think what we're going to see is the oligarchy worldwide that facilitated such a horrific crime against humanity and against those children. And they are children. They're not women. They're children. I think people are sick of it. And I'm going to explain why. Orville Peck and Chappelle Rowan, two major contemporary singers and songwriters and musicians, left the Wasserman Agency. And probably more is to follow, from what I understand. And I haven't confirmed this. Dropkick Murphy and a bunch of other major musical acts are going to be exiting one of the largest talent agencies for musicians and music industry in the world. And because they're going, we can go somewhere else. We can take our business somewhere else. We are not comfortable with you being on the kid diddler list. Clearly, you participated in it. We don't want anything to do with you. There's other agents that aren't on that list. and they're voting with their feet. And it's very important But those first two that I named are both LGBT musicians as well. Major top 20, top 40, major stars. They're stars right now. They're not has-beens like Kid Rock. If Kid Rock leaves his agent, the agent won't even really know. Who knows? He probably self-represents. But these are people that have topped the charts in their own respective genres and are very, very powerful forces for change. At the same time, and English-speaking countries are coming after the kid diddlers in their own way. France, UK, Norway, Poland, Slovakia, Lithuania, Latvia, Sweden, and Australia. Many, many top 20 countries have now launched their own version of the Epstein investigation in their own way. They've either gone after specific people and or ties to Trump themselves. And they're holding not only their own citizens that are involved or people that did business with those countries, but they're finding ways to basically surround the powers to be in that effort to bring it down worldwide. And I'm sure this list is going to grow. This is just the beginning. This happened recently in the last few months, last year. And it's a growing movement to start holding the United States, Trump, and everybody involved with that accountable. Because it's a worldwide problem. It's not just the United States problem. And not only is I think our president compromised, I think it is something that Russia's president is holding over Trump's head. I think we have a compromised president that needs to be removed, and the 25th Amendment needs to be invoked. I don't even think it's about investigating it. I think it's about, just like when President Johnson refused to run in 1968 because he felt like the weight of Vietnam escalating ended his presidency. And I just believe, like, when Nixon and Agnew in the last days decided to resign because the cloud of Watergate was ruining that presidency, I don't think Trump would resign. And so I think the Congress has to do their job and invoke the 25th. Whether they do it this year or next year when we get a new Congress out, I think the 25th is on the horizon. I think there's too much pointing to too many things that this president's owned by everybody but the American people. And when you have, a puppeteer like Putin that's invested decades into trying to topple the United States by infiltrating, and when I say that, we've got one of Trump's employees that's a direct employee of Russia, like Tulsi Gabbard. She works for Russia. She does not work for the United States. She has a title in the United States, but she directly works for Russia. It's clear that she works for Russia. You have so much influence. I think you got to start severing those ties. I think you got to start finding people in this administration that need to go. And I think the 25th is the beginning of it. I think that's the only thing that we can do to hold the line on this. I think it is the only way to start the beginning of the end and restart with a new president and a new party in charge. I don't think anybody from the administration should be able to keep their job, whether it is holding a special election, whether it is holding a brand new election. I think that there needs to be a revolutionary change. I don't think rolling up the vice president or the Speaker of the House is the answer, no matter who that is. I think there has to be hopefully a peaceful transfer, hopefully a constitutional transfer, but I do believe that there has to be the beginning and the end. And I think anybody that sees it any differently is an idiot. But we are up against our first break, and we'll be right back with some more Two Queers in a Truck right after this message. Hey, everybody, you can catch us on your favorite audio podcast platform, Spotify, and all Apple Store, the Google machine, and whoever else does podcasts. We're on there. We broke in, and we're staying. So enjoy the Two Queers in a Truck on your favorite audio podcast platform. Thanks for listening or watching. Bye, boo. Happy ride. As always, thank you all for listening, but most of all, it's Black History Month. It's February. And I really implore you to support the nonprofits and local businesses owned by Black entrepreneurs. Backbone of our economy, small business in America, especially local businesses, use your support. But especially this month, go seek out Black entrepreneurs, small business people, Black professionals, that sort of thing. And just, I don't know, make an extra effort. Instead of clicking on Amazon, just go by that local shop, check out their websites, and really be involved with your neighbors. If we don't take care of our neighbors can't take care of us. So, important reminder, love you all, and celebrate Black History Month with us here. Hey, let's celebrate Black History Month in February together. We're stronger together. Bye, y'all.
Happy Black History Month, y'all.
Howdy, y'all. Christian Cano here at the terrific new theater in Birmingham, Alabama.
My name is Tamara DeBolt. I'm the executive director of Terrific New Theater, the theater in which this glorious world premiere is taking place.
So you're not a cast member?
I am not.
And I'm Del Shores, and I'm not a cast member. I wrote the recipe box, and I directed it. Yes, and...
I'm Emerson Collins, and I play Rick Sprague, the depressive math professor who gets left by his husband and stuck with his mother-in-law.
I am the mother-in-law he is stuck with. My name is Carrie Gisler Oliver, and I play Luwanda Bayless, and she's a fun little character. I enjoy her very much.
Well, wonderful. Thank you all for taking time to talk to us. What initially drew
And for me, I sort of love this idea of a man who wants to do okay in life, but has a significant childhood trauma that sort of overwhelms him into adulthood, and what that does to the relationships with the other characters and people in his life. And I find that really fascinating. It's we're all broken for various different reasons, and the particular things that he is stuck in that he can't get past, and how it impacts his relationships, and what it means to work through that and build a new relationship and sort of rediscover yourself was a really exciting sort of cliff to jump off of into this really great play.
Will got a hand up, but you're muted also. I'm not sure what Christians. Okay, I guess we're good. I kind of didn't really segment the first two segments, and I'm going to go ahead and leave this in the recording for people keeping track at home. I've gone to a more of a do a twofer in three different sections. So there was two different topics that were related, and it's kind of how I've been doing it. So for people at home, normally I do 6 segments. I'm still doing 6 segments, but I'm doing 2 at a time. And so maybe I haven't done a good enough job at denoting that or explaining that over the last few episodes. But one of them is a lot of times the topics that I pick for each section are related. Because this is such a fluid conversation. And I will say with the next topic, next 2 topics, it's exactly that. The reaction to the Bad Bunny halftime show and what that central message was, and what that central message is what America needs, is I do believe in this time of extreme turmoil where we have a federal government that is hostile to very specific cities and parts of the country. I think we also need that as we survive this trauma of a very failed presidency, I think we also have to embrace people that are giving a different message. I think we have to have both. I think we can chew gum and walk at the same time, or I hope we can. Because this country used to do great things. We used to put people on the moon. We used to do more leadership things. We fought fascism before. We just have never necessarily fought it on our own soil, but it looks like we need to. But one of the ways we do it is making sure that other voices are heard. And a voice like Bad Bunny, for example, is a voice that includes a lot of people that maybe haven't been heard. And much of his show pointed out how Puerto Rico was ignored. You know, he showed the power lines of the power poles and the lack of electrification in Puerto Rico, the different Puerto Rican and Hispanic business owners, like the one here in LA, which I'll talk about in another episode, and why that stuff's important, why diversity matters, why this all matters a lot. And because the other message is Kid Rock.
Exactly.
AKA Kid Diddler Rock. And it's a message of hate, dividing the country, pointing out the differences instead of pointing out the similarities. Is that Kid Rock, the Bad Bunny's message wasn't, I'm Puerto Rican and I'm different than you. I'm Puerto Rican and I still love America. Despite what you're saying about me, I still love you. And I think that's very important to remember as we're in this there's no other way of saying it, a civil war. We're in a civil war, even if we're not marching armies against each other yet. We're in a verbal and sometimes physical civil war. And we're in a struggle for the soul of the country. And it's 250th birthday. We're still finding ourselves, and we're finding ourselves at a crossroads like we did in 1776 when we told King George take a hike. Now we're talking to King Taco, the kid diddler, and saying, we don't want any part of this. This is we thought we've gotten past this racism, this homophobia. We thought we'd grown past this, but clearly we didn't. And we've got to decide if we want to live in a very divided, very have and have not world of financial oligarchs owning this country, or do we take this country back? Hook or crook, once and for all, we say, bullshit. If you won't do the job, we'll replace you with somebody else. It's what the American people need to do. Honestly, the Democrat Party needs to step up and push for that. They've got to quit enabling. They got to quit going along with some of this fuckery and breaking weak at times on human rights and civil rights like they have. The Democrat Party's done a terrible job of defending human rights across the board and almost given up on it. We've seen in so many defeats and so many horrific things that have been lost in the last few years. But we have to do it in a way that loves America. We have to say, this is our country, and here's our cure. And this is the way that we have to do it. And there's multiple ways in that same pathway to do that. It's not all just at the ballot box. There's, states can withhold federal money. There's workarounds to both take care of the American people, which is sorely needed, and at the same time, fundamentally change the federal government on a different path than it's currently on. And because it's a mess, it's a hot mess. Our current president and all of his administration is a dumpster fire of epic proportions, and the world is taking notice. The world is taking action. And we have to, one, make sure the proper voices are heard as well. The Governor Newsoms, the Bad Bunnies, the every walk of life, full Gatling gun of democracy has to keep going, even if the federal government is completely dysfunctional like it is right now. Is that we can't just let it just die in front of us. So we have to do the things that we would normally do, but maybe on steroids, maybe a little louder. I believe that the NFL recognized that. I think Rogers. And we're up against our second break, and we'll be right back after these important messages. Hey, y'all, thanks for listening to Two Queers in a Truck. And we do broadcast on YouTube and Facebook in a video version, and we're also on all the audio platforms out there. So your favorite way to listen to your podcast. We've been doing this for a couple years, and we appreciate y'all listening. We know you have a ton of choices, even though we may be the best choice. We always appreciate our listeners, and we'll try to bring you quality in the future. Thanks for listening. As always, Christian and Jenny, we're out. Thank y'all.
Hi, everybody. This is Yorense from the Americo show over here. All I'm here is doing a little quick PSA. Use this summer to do volunteer work. Go to your nearest YMCA. Go to your nearest homeless shelter. Go to whatever community services or programs that you can help out and volunteer. Because right now, we have a bunch of fascist pieces of shit trying to rip apart our country and rip apart the people, our communities, by spreading hate and bigotry. The best way to combat it is, one, working in your community and standing strong to show that you are strong and you're here to help out others. Two, combat misinformation. If you hear bullshit, first research and make sure if it's true or not. If it is not true, call it out. If it is true, get the facts. Be knowledgeable of it, because it might come out later. So always stand against that. And three, fuck fascists. Stand against them. Make them feel uncomfortable. There is too many people out there feeling like they can say the hard R or say slurs or be violent. Make them understand that a lot of people die to make sure this hatred and bigotry does not exist. All our civil rights workers, all the people who restored normity, everybody who fought against intolerance and hatred, they died and worked their asses off to stop this. So follow in their footsteps and stop this madness. This is Yorense again from Americo, and all I can say is be there for your community and stand up for what's right. Fuck fascism and have a wonderful day.
Hey, y'all, this is Jenny with Two Queers in a Truck, and Christian's along with me. And we're just having fun, and we're looking forward to the 2025 season. and super excited. We have some neat things going on in our whole family of shows, including Coffee and Pan Dulce, and many new shows that are brewing. Get it. And we are excited for 2025 and all the chicanery and other things that comes with it. So happy New Year, and we'll see you on the flip side. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Bye, Boo.
Bye, Boo. But do you think the NFL did a great job of supporting Bad Bunny? We saw an unwavering support from the commissioner all during this process. The commissioner could have easily caved.
Even from the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, which is crazy because we all know those people are very MAGA oriented.
Yeah.
But I also think they recognize the financial side of this.
Exactly.
So I don't think it was all altruistic. I think 127 million people tuned in for that halftime song.
Exactly. And if you've ever been to a Dallas Cowboy game, it is 70% Hispanic.
Oh, easily. Yeah.
Crazy.
Their most rabid fans in Texas are in San Antonio, not in Dallas.
Exactly.
You can't go to a burrito stand or Hispanic-owned business and not see Dallas Cowboy paraphernalia. You think you were in Dallas.
Yep.
As one of the largest cities in Texas and in the United States, San Antonio wholeheartedly supports the Dallas Cowboys, including hosting the Dallas Cowboys training camp many years. They are nuts about the Cowboys because that's their team. It's the only team that they're ever going to have is the Dallas Cowboys, and it's a huge market. They can't underestimate, and I think in the last 10 years, we've seen that with Jennifer Lopez, with Shakira, and so many other Latin America artists. This is not the first time we've had Hispanic or Latinx artists up there on the stage. I don't think it'll be the last. And I think the NFL realizes the global ramifications of pro football. And if they want to stay on the world stage and they want to be competitive, the last thing they need to do is send an isolationist message. And that's why they have games all over the world too. They're not all pro football games are played in the United States anymore. For that reason, it's a global market, and they're smart enough to realize it because the American market may not always be the best market for them. Just like with a lot of other sports, sports broadcasting is changing, and pro football is fairly boring. It's not conducive to the kind of young viewers. They're dying with young viewers. The 40 and up crowd still loves pro football. The 40 down crowd does not, because of the very militaristic, drug out, long games. The games are extraordinarily long. They're 50% longer than a typical NBA game. The action stops and starts. It's a very herky-jerky type game. Tons of breaks, tons of things. A very methodical game. And it doesn't play well with the YouTube, Reels, TikTok type crowd. Sports broadcasting in the United States has changed, and the NFL has not. So what is the NFL going to do? They're either going to have to appeal to an international viewer that likes the more dramatic, long, drawn-out programs, or they're going to have to change how they broadcast pro football. And that's going to be interesting in itself. And there's been more than one technology person that said this. Mark Cuban has spoke about this type of broadcasting before and saying people are wanting more smaller bites of sports programs. They want to see a 90-second reel about a big play or a big part of the game, but they want to see the highlights. They don't want to see the whole game. They don't want to sit down with a case of beer and nachos and watch a whole game. The younger viewer is not embracing that lifestyle. They're not going to a sports bar. And it's a very, we're in a very different era There's a reason why social media has changed so much in the last 5 years. And whether Gen X and baby boomers recognize that or not, that's the reality. That's the world we live in, because the millennials and Gen Z that are coming up as adults, that are adults, they're in their 20s, 30s, and early 40s, look at broadcasts and their entertainment deals in a different way. And Latin American markets are more traditional. They embrace tradition more. They still embrace the telenovas and the dramatics and the cliffhangers and the stuff that American TV developed in the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, and maybe even 90s a little bit. But the 2000s, the younger viewers that grew up in the internet age, that did not grow up in the analog age, do not like that type of entertainment.
Yeah, they never knew soap operas.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point.
It's a different world. There wasn't shows when they grew up that were like Dallas Dynasty, the nighttime soap operas, the drama, the Who Shot JR. That is a very baby boomer, World War II generation and Gen X genre that died with us. We were the last generation. Gen X was the last generation to watch stuff like that and embrace it. But we getting old. The two bigger generations below us, size-wise, that are fully adult generations, don't like our kind of entertainment. And we don't like theirs. But the reality is every big business in the NFL ultimately is a very large business. Has to embrace artists like Bad Bunny. They have to embrace markets they didn't traditionally solicit as much. And they've been doing so very quietly without stating it. And I think what Roger Goodall's realized is he's got to go two different ways. He's got to figure out a way to appeal to the TikTok generation. And he also has to open up new international markets that'll embrace his product. Because at the end of the day, the NFL, being the world's largest sports entity, as far as dollars is concerned, cannot peak. It cannot afford to. Whether ticket sales in the arenas goes down or not is beside the point. Their number one thing is viewership, TV money, entertainment money, social media money, advertiser money is where the NFL makes its money as an entity. And that can't diminish.
And you know what?
The train is going to get derailed.
You know what I noticed as a foosball fan? The game itself was one of the most boring games ever. But I only watched it because of Bad Bunny.
Correct. That's my point.
Yes, exactly.
And that's why I skipped the third topic or the third section. I thought this message is more important, but it also goes to show how unimportant. Because I was going to talk about Megan Kelly melting down about.
Please do.
But I'll
I think it's. That's good. All right, that's
good for the next show.
Yeah.
But we are going to wrap this one up because we have ran out of time. So we're trying to keep these on track this morning. But we'll be back with some more Two Queers in a Truck for the next episode. We'll see you in a week. Bye, y'all.
Bye, boo.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for watching Two Queers in a Truck. And it is after the midway point of February, and we're getting into that. About to get into spring, about to get into daylight savings time and all that, which I'm super excited about.
Yeah.
But y'all be safe out there. It's still winter in many places. But we appreciate your viewership as always. And most of all, find some joy in your life. As many of us do. It's not all doom and gloom. I appreciate y'all. I know Christian does too. And we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. All right, we'll just come back for about 2 minutes, and then we'll take our last break, and then we'll end the show.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay, we'll come back for just a couple minutes, and we'll end. Here we go.
Good job. Great intro. All right. Come back, talk about Epstein.
Okay. Epstein.
I'm going to start recording. Good job, y'all. All right, we're at the 18-minute mark. Tony, the second half, do you want to switch it to more national conversations? Because you were talking about Charlotte, or do you want to stay on Charlotte? Or edited. And once again, I know your time is valuable.
What is language like? I have a potty mouth, so let me know. Are y'all?
We don't. Where Dris, we don't mind. Is that right, Gersemi?
Yeah, no,
I'll try to refrain since it's the Christmas season.
Exactly.
All right. And by the way, I just want you to know this is the earliest interview I've ever done in my life.
Oh my goodness.
And this is the Jenny Award.
I'm quite honored to have a conversation with Jojo Garza. He's with the Grammy Award-winning Los Lonely Boys, and actually, I believe you're in San Angelo, Texas. Is that correct?
Yeah, man, I'm here at home right now.
Well, welcome to Que Pasa, Mr. Garza. Listen, I have to admit that I grew up in Texas. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, a native Texan, and Tejano, I guess that's what I grew up calling myself. And there was always this confusion. Is San Angelo Central Texas or is it West Texas?
Well, you're right about that. There's always like a bit of confusion about it.
And this is the Pendejo Chronicles.